Hello there, this is Alana Tucky, and I've received a question about this problem, which is 3.2, number 19, if you look into the top right corner. So if you opened up the textbook, either online textbook or physical textbook, it'd be number 19 from the exercise set for this section. All right, so I'm going to view an example and do that problem instead. So I have the following data represent the pulse rates, beats per minute, of 9 students enrolled in a statistics course. We're going to treat those 9 students as a population. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to copy the table, and I'm going to copy it to my clipboard because I don't have the convenience of having a piece of paper here that you guys can see. So I'm actually going to use Excel. I'm not going to use Excel to do my calculations, although I could, but I'm just going to use Excel just as a way to write for you, the viewer, to be able to see quickly and easily. But you could just write all this on a piece of paper, it's fine. All right, so I have my scores right here, and I want to find the population standard deviation for those. And yeah, you could use the formula, but who's got time for that? That's what a calculator is for. So I'm going to go to Stat, press number 1 for edit. I'm going to clear out my old data set here, and then I'm going to type in my new data set. So I've got 83. There we go. All right, so there's the data. And now I want to find the population standard deviation. So I'm going to press Stat, Calculate, number 1. Now remember, if you do not see this list, frequency list thing, that means you do not have the newest operating system. So you need to upgrade your operating system. There's some videos about how to do that on my YouTube channel, as well as I link to other people's videos on how to do it. Or you could come in to see me in my office hours and I can upgrade you as long as you have a TI-84. It will not work with a TI-83. All right, so we have the list. Now our data, remember, was in L1, so we want L1. We do not have a frequency list because this wasn't a frequency distribution, so leave that blank. Go down to Calculate and press Enter. And there's the mean right there, and the standard deviation, because this is a population, is down here. It's 9.307. So that would be your sigma. So the population standard deviation would be sigma. I'm just going to put the symbol in for you guys to be able to see it. There we go. And that would be, well, and I can find it with Excel as well if you're interested. There you go. So 9.3068, so 9.307 or so. And let's see if that matches them. Yep, 9.3, see, like there. All right, now part B says we're going to compute the sample standard deviation for 2 samples of size 3. So we have Tammy, Clarice, and Crystal. So let me grab those people. So I want Tammy, Clarice, and Crystal. That's sample number 1. And then sample number 2, I want, I don't remember, I think Megan was one of them. Megan, Jeanette, and Kathy. Megan, Jeanette, and Kathy. Okay, so Megan, Jeanette, and Kathy with a K. All right, so what are their values? Tammy was 82, Clarice was 74, 82. Megan was, or Megan, whichever way. I have friends, I have one that spells it that way and says Megan, one that spells it that way and says Megan, so, you know, who knows. And there we go. All right, so now I want to find the sample standard deviation of each of these samples. So I'm going to go back to my calculator, Stat, number 1 for edit. And I don't have to lose L1. What I can do is I can be crafty about this, and I can go over to the right with the right arrow right here and type in, 82. Oh, I did that wrong. 82, 74, 82. There's one sample, and I might as well do it 75, 69, 71. There we go. All right, so I have those 2 samples typed in. So now I'm going to press Stat, Calculate, number 1. But instead of L1, which is the whole data set, I want second 2, which is that first sample. I'm going to go down to Calculate. And the sample standard deviation is 4.619. All right, so that'll be sample standard deviation S, which, in case you're interested in the in Excel, will be stdev.s of these 3 numbers. So if you want to do it with Excel, nobody's stopping you, but it would also be that way with the calculator. Same number that we got with the calculator with Excel. So use Excel, use the calculator, use whatever. Although on the exams, you'll have to use your calculator. So then how do I get to 3.055? Well, you do the same thing. Stat, go to the right to calculate, pick number 1. And then instead of L2, I want L3 this time. So second 3, go down to calculate, enter. And there it is. Sample standard deviation, S. It's right there. It's 3.055, which is right here, 3.055. So there's S. Okay, so we have the two standard deviations found with the calculator or Excel, whatever, 4.6 and 3.1. And then determine if the sample standard deviation is an overestimate. Oh, well, that's comparing the standard deviations from your population to your sample, right? So that's just a comparison question. I will leave that up to you to determine. So hopefully that helps with everybody. You guys know what you're doing. You enter your data here, and then for sample standard deviation, you want S. For population standard deviation, you want sigma. And you have to know that this was a population and these ones are samples. All right, I'll see you back here for more tutorials.